in the green room at the Busker Fest in Toronto talking to Rachel Peters and Martin Ewan, who Martin wrote the story upon which the film Nagasaki Circus is based.
Where to start? The chimp? The elephant? The poodles?
So Rachel contacted me and asked whether she could use one of the stories that I'd written. And what's more, she was prepared to pay me a small fee, which I'm always into. And although I'm a performer, my ambition has always been to have people just mail me money. So I said yes before she changed her mind. And then the process began. And what's more, we had Lee Zimmerman doing the puppetry. And I've known Lee for a number of years. And Lee's incredibly talented and incredibly tortured. And I like those people. I don't know why. So I was really impressed that Lee would go, you know, Lee was investing in my story. I was alone in a circus in Nagasaki, the only person that spoke English. And I've been in a lot of situations where I've recognized that, you know what, this is really pathetic, but it would make a good story. So I was in Nagasaki and I was all by myself, and it was insane. You know, it was just wave after wave of surreal discordance within which you had this little performance jewel that was your only hack that you could confront reality with, that reality would digest you properly. I've been through places and done things where I've thought, you know what, the best I can do is record this so that I could become a lesson to others.
Yeah.
I find dysfunction more original than function, and people who are dysfunctional in one way tend to have all these rough edges and actually impact the world because they in the world don't get on in a very streamlined way. And the people that take that and turn it into comedy of one sort or another are my people. They just don't know they're ill. But I know they're ill, you know. And I try not to rub it in, but it's, you know, because I'm ill too. The only anchor you have is your own mind, your own confidence you can survive chaos.
Yeah.
And your performance, your little piece of structure. I think everyone feels lonely whether they recognize it or not. Everyone. Yeah. To some degree or another. But as soon as you recognize it, it amplifies it.
Yeah.
And then once it's amplified, you've got to do something with it. Performance being what it is, being, especially of clown, being of the other, you're externalizing your loneliness anyway. I mean, you're a clown. Who else in the room is a clown? Nobody is. It's just you. It can be quite lonely, the lifestyle. And then other times it can be frenetically social. So the sort of whole feast and famine thing. You can only take humanity for so long, you know, in terms of big audiences or small audiences, just audiences, you know. After a little while, you lose the ability to read them or to see them as anything else but this generic reflection of a soup. And I'm getting there.
Circus life can be guaranteed to inspire and revolt in equal measure. I'm due some inspiration.
It's interesting. It wasn't really spectacular being a puppet. It was certainly very flattering. I mean, but I also like the style of it because it's not photorealistic. It's not even trying. It's again, it's an interpretation, and it's flattering to be interpreted. The best bit about that, to be honest, was Lee Zimmerman's participation, because I could have been a puppet or a cartoon or whatever, but Lee Zimmerman is a friend of mine, and Lee Zimmerman is a kindred spirit, And just to have his energy in this project did mean a fair bit to me.
She's been talking about this film, and I'm a huge admirer of Martin's. I love Martin's writing, and I loved the story that she chose of him because it's so him. And I had already bandied about the idea of building a stilt walker for like 15 years. So the whole, just everything came together.
Our gravities brought us together in this project. Well, Rachel brought us together in this project. And I do collaborate now because when you collaborate, the strategy of risk aversion applies, because it's going to be everyone's fault. I wouldn't be where I am today if I could deal with success anyway. So, you know, it's not like I'm scared of failure. Yeah, well, if I could, I do. I basically try to make the world a more failing place. And the world is not going along with my plan very well, but I will keep trying.
So Rachel Peters has just put the finishing touches on Nagasaki Circus, and it will be shown, broadcast on Bravo's, but it's a Bravo Fact enterprise, and will be shown across Canada as part of the Moving Stories Film Festival, and many other screenings as well, because it's a wonderful film.
It a little bit.
Look, she is an animal.
Oh, a hairless rat.
She is a hairless rat.
With
We're sorry. We've been distracted by a hairless
giant
rat.
boy parts. Torpedoes, actually.
Maybe we should have that in a movie.
We should, as a marionette. That's my next film. Yeah, so where were we?
So he wrote
Rats with giant.
He wrote the short story.